Hi, I am Sulochana Amarsekara. Today's lesson is activity diagram. Activity diagram come under object-oriented design. We can use activity diagram to describe overall workflow in a system. In other words, activity diagram represent activities and their working sequence which need to provide system service to the customer. And it describe activity sequence come under each use case and activity connection within use cases. Activity diagram similar to flowchart, but this contain more advanced symbol. Now I am going to consider symbols which come under activity diagram. First, filled circle. We can use this to represent the beginning of workflow. Second, round-ended rectangle. We use this to represent the activity. Inside that rectangle, we write activity name. Third, arrow. We can use arrow to represent the working direction of each activity. Fourth, fork. Sometimes some activity create parallel activities. As an example, consider online air ticket booking system. When we go through the activity in this system, definitely we will meet payment activity. Customer can do payment via credit card or cash. In that case, payment activity divide into two parallel activities, pay via credit card and pay via cash. To represent this type of situation, we need to use fork symbol. Fifth, join. In previous example, payment activity divide into two activity, pay via cash and pay via credit card. That means customer can select any method and do payment. After that, every customer get detailed booking information SMS. That means pay via cash and pay via credit card join and come to the sending booking detail SMS activity. That means some activity join together and create one activity. To represent this type of situation, we use join symbol. 6. Decision. Just like a flowchart, we use diamond symbol to represent the decision. Inside the diamond shape, we write decision. If it is true, working flow follow one direction, false follow another direction. As example, consider previous example. First, system need to check availability of seat according to the time and date. If there is available seat, then only payment is required. If not, display sorry message. To represent this type of situation, we use diamond symbol. You can remember we use join symbol too. To combine activity come through the fork symbol. Likewise, activity come within decision symbol, combine using merge symbol. It is also diamond shape. Last, final node. It is filled circle with transparent border and it indicate end of the workflow. Now we are going to consider other notation which need to draw activity diagram. Semblance is group. This grouping done using line. We can use this line to separate set of activity according to the actors or component which responds to perform each activity. In simply, semblance contain activities done by one group or component. Purpose. Using activity diagram, we can show activity flow, processing sequence of each activity, and represent parallel activity, branch activity, and loop in activity. Usage of activity diagram. We can use activity diagram model the activity flow in our system, as well as we can use activity diagram to introduce new business requirement. This is done by reconstructing current activity diagram by adding activities according to new requirement, and it used as a dummy when demonstrating system functionality to others. Finally, we can use activity diagram to study the missing business requirement in a system. Disadvantages. This diagram doesn't have any method to represent activity according to their object. It represents activity according to users or unit. Second disadvantage is it doesn't represent message passing within activity. That is end of the theory part of activity diagram. Now I am going to draw activity diagram using example. This is my example. It contains requirement of online kit item booking system called XYZ. First we need to go through the example. According to it, customer need to create order first. After that, system display item list. Then customer need to select item one by one. After that, system check availability of each item with use of catalog unit. Only available item and amount added to the cart and an order to calculate full payment to added item. This is done by the accounting unit. That details sent to the customer. Then customer need to click OK. If customer satisfied with that payment, system order to reduce item from the catalog and save order. I am going to draw activity diagram for order system step by step. First step is identifying activity which need to provide system service. First activity is create order. Second, display item list. Third, selecting item one by one. Fourth, checking availability. Fifth, adding available item to the cart. Sixth, calculating full payment and possible shipping date. Seventh, send that detail to the customer. Eighth, customer confirm the order by clicking OK. 9. Reduce stock amount from the catalog. Last, save the order. This slide summarizes my finding. Step 2. Dividing activity according to users and component or unit. Create order, selecting item or adding item, and confirm the order done by customer. Now we are going to consider remaining activities. Return item list to customer, add item to cart, send payment and shipping date to customer, and save the order done by order system. Checking availability of item and reducing stock amount done by catalog unit. Finally, calculate payment and possible shipping date done by accounting unit. Next slide summarize my finding. You can see here customer doing 3 activity: creating order, add item, and confirm the order. Main system order doing 4 activity: return item list to customer, add item to cart, send payment information, and save the order. Catalog unit within system perform 2 activity: checking availability and reducing stock amount. Finally, accounting unit within system calculate the payment and possible shipping date. Step 3. You can see here flow of activity is not complete. According to the third step, we need to complete the flow. First, to check the availability of given item, catalog unit requests some order from main system. Because of that, I am going to add new activity under system. It is order to check item availability. According to that order, catalog unit check availability and send that detail to order system. According to that, I am going to add new activity under catalog unit. It is send availability item and amount. After system adding available item and amount to the cart, system need to give order to calculate possible shipping date and payment. Because of that, I add new activity under order system. It is ordered to calculate payment and shipping date. Then that data sent to the order system by accounting unit. Because of that, I am going to add new activity sending payment and shipping date under accounting unit. Finally, system need to give order to reduce the stock amount. Then under order system, I am going to add new activity. It is ordered to reduce stock amount. This slide summarizes my finding. Now you can see here working flow is completed. Now we come to the step 4. According to that step, we need to identify working sequence of each activity. First, customer need to create order. After that, system display item list. Then customer can select item. After that, system send order to check availability. According to that, check availability and send information to the system. After that, system add those items to cart. Same time, system give order to calculate payment and possible shipping date. Then accounting unit calculate payment and possible shipping date and send that data to order system. After that, system send those data to customer. Then customer confirm the order. After that, system save order and meantime it order to reduce stock amount. Finally, catalog unit reduce the stock. This slide summarizes my finding. Now we collect all necessary information and time to draw the activity diagram. According to previous finding, we know our activity diagram must contain activity done by customer, system, catalog unit and accounting unit. Because of that, I made 4 sim-learns using line. Working flow start by customer. That's mean filled circle come under customer. With that, we have create order activity. Next activity is return item list. It is done by order system. You can see here I put it under order streamline and an arrow shows the working sequence of each activity. Next, add item done by customer. After that, order to check item availability activity done by the system. Next, check availability activity done by catalog unit. Second activity done by the catalog unit. It is send available item and amount. According to our example, only the available items are added to the cart. Because of that, I use decision symbol here. If item is not available, process is end. You can see end symbol here. If item available, 2 activity going to happen parallelly. To indicate that, I use fork. One activity is add item to cart. Second parallel activity is order to calculate payment and shipping date. Next, accounting unit calculate payment and shipping date and send the payment and shipping date. Then that data sent to the customer by the system. After that, customer need to confirm the order. According to the customer decision, process is changed. Because of that, here I am going to use decision symbol again. If customer doesn't confirm the order, process end. If customer confirm the order, it create 2 parallel activity. Then I use fork here. One activity is save the order. Second, order to reduce stock amount. Finally, catalog unit reduce the stock amount. Now you can see the complete activity diagram. Thank you. Refer my note and try to complete activity 3.